Thanks for joining me tonight. We have a meditation for Female Fridays, and it is on time for yourself. So the way that I thought about this meditation was I thought it was important to create the space for us to have the time for ourselves. So we're going to start the meditation by creating space for ourselves. And during this meditation, you only need to know how to use two different symbols. One is a rose, and the other one is what I call chakra woman. Chakra woman is basically the outline of a gingerbread person, just very loose arms, hands, legs, and a head. And you could put the 7 chakras on it if you want. For this particular exercise tonight, you don't even need to put the chakras on chakra woman. We can just use like a gingerbread outline. All right, so now you know what you're going to be needing for the meditation. Let's go ahead and close our eyes and start. You can bring all of your attention right behind your eyes to the center of your head. And the first thing we're going to do is ground ourselves. So go ahead and find the base of your spine where your first chakra is, and draw a line of energy from your first chakra all the way down through the dirt, the soil, the rocks, the rubble, into the center of the planet. Anchor that line into the center of the planet somehow. And once it is anchored in, gravity works with you, and you can begin to release any foreign energies that you would like to let go of. If you want to give your grounding cord a more of a visual, that it's sleek and slippery, you could put some oil on it or put a waterfall around it. Let's go ahead and ground any irritation or annoyance that you might have from the day to day. And any energy of being tired or fatigued. I'd like you to look around your body tonight and see if you have any electricity, and ground any electricity out of your body. And with that electricity, ground any computer energy that may be lingering in your space. Okay, now we're going to put our female grounding on. So go ahead and create a tube underneath your uterus. Drop that into your main grounding. And then ground each of your ovaries into your uterine grounding. And on your backside, you can draw a line of energy from the top of each of your sciatic nerves into your grounding. And just put all of that on release. Say hello to any male energy that has lingered in your female space, and you can start to release that down your grounding cord. go ahead and take out any demands out of your female space. You can send those down the grounding cord. Good. Next, we're going to ground our female creative energy, and that resides out in front of the abdomen. So you're going to put a great big tube out in front of your abdomen and imagine grounding that female creative energy down to about the size of a basketball. And that grounding cord goes all the way to the center of the planet as well and anchors in. And this is where you can ground out any demands for your creative energy. And you can ground out people's expectations of you using your creative energy for them. And also ground out any doubt that might have found its way into your creative energy. All right, we're going to begin our meditation, and the first thing I'm going to have you do is create a rose as a symbol for your time to yourself. And as you as you create that rose, put a grounding cord on it underneath the stem of the rose and ground it all the way to the center of the planet. What does this rose look like? What colors do you see? If all you see is darkness, then that's what you're seeing, is black. Or you might be seeing brown. So if you think that you're not seeing a color, you actually are. When you look at this rose, does the energy of time to yourself look lively, or does it look stagnant? Is there any amusement or fun showing up in your rose? What percentage of your free time are you owning for yourself? You can look at the rose and get an estimate by looking at the amount of energy that looks clear to you, and let that be the percentage of the time that you are owning for yourself. There's no right or wrong answer to this. It's just getting an idea for yourself of how much of this space you're owning. What does time to yourself mean to you? Imagine that if you had your complete freedom, what kind of activities would you want to do with time for yourself? What has been keeping you from giving time to yourself? Say hello to the grounding cord you have on your rose, and let's go ahead and clear some energy from your time for yourself space. The first energy to look for would be friends. Do you see any of your friends in your time for yourself space? You can say hello to your friends one by one and gently send them down the grounding cord. One of the things you can do as you're moving people out of this space is, if you're interested, you can ask them what they're doing there. I always find it interesting why people wind up in my space, or what their reasoning is. All right, after you've cleared friends, now take a look for family, and that includes children, if you have children. The next energy to look for would be, and I have these lumped together like as a group, obligations, demands, and expectations. Look to see if you have any obligations in your time for yourself space and ground those out. And after you've cleared obligations, And take a look in your rose and see if you have any work energy or bosses affecting your time for yourself. You could also put business associates in there as well as bosses. And the next thing to look for would be healing agreements. You might have healing agreements with friends or family or other people that get in the way of you having time for yourself. Next, look for any energy of responsibility and let go of that. And then after you've cleared all the responsibility energy, the last energy I'm going to have you look for is the energy of commitments. Do you have any commitments keeping you from time for yourself? What does your rose look like now? Is it lively? Or is there still some stagnation? What I want you to do is find the brightest color in the rose, and I want you to remember it. We're going to be using it in the second part of our exercise. So take a good long look at your rose so that you can recognize the color of your time for yourself. And we're going to fill the rose in with a great big gold sun of freedom of choice. So put lots of freedom of choice into that sun. And when the sun is full, fill the rose up with it. When you're done filling up the rose, you can put a bomb under it and blow it up and create a great big gold sun above your own head. Collect up your energy from the week, bring it into that sun, and fill yourself in. Now be right in the center of your head. Out in front of you, see your white movie screen, And on it, you're going to create a gingerbread woman, also known as a chakra woman. Now, using the color that you just saw as your free time, you're going to run that color in a clockwise motion on top of chakra woman's head, where the crown chakra would be. This is also known as setting your crown chakra. You're setting the color. Next, you're going to let that same vibration flow into your back channels. The openings are at the back of the crown chakra. And if you don't know where your back channels are, that's okay. You can use a sun filled with the color of your free time instead and bring it in to the whole of chakra woman. If you do know where your channels are, let that energy flow all the way down to your first chakra. And you can mix it around with some of your earth energy in your first chakra and send it back up your front channels. Let this vibration of your free time clean out energies in your body that make it hard to have time for yourself. And if you have any guilt that's coming up for you as you bring in the concept of time for yourself, go ahead and release that down your own grounding cord. Just check the flow of that vibration of time for yourself, flowing in the crown, down the back channels, and up the front channels. If you want, you could branch some of it out at your creative channels in your arms as well. Next, what you're going to do is create a sun above your chakra woman. And you're going to fill it with pictures of what you would like to do with time for yourself. When your sun is filled with your desires, go ahead and bring it in all the way into chakra woman. And after you've filled chakra woman in with the pictures of what you would like to do with time for yourself, you're going to put chakra woman in a rose and blow up the rose. And once you've done that, you can create a gold sun above your head. Collect up your energy from the week. And fill yourself in completely. when you're ready, come on out of trance. I'm just looking at the energy of everyone, and what I'm hearing is like a sigh of relief from the bodies, just getting out of all that pressure and expectation. So this is good. There's a lot of relief going on right now. Yeah, and I also see that you did a good job cleaning out your female creative energy. There's a lot more mobility in there to create what you want with. So good job. I just have an announcement about next week. We have back-to-back nights, Thursday and Friday. I am going to do a Seek and You Will Find, and then a healing on friendships on Friday night. I think I said to you guys I did that a while back, and it was so good. I'm going to do it again. So that's what's coming up next week. And I hope you had a great 4th of July. I had a lot of fun on the 4th, so I hope you did too. And thank you again for joining me tonight. I will see you Thursday for Seek and You Will Find. Got my eyes on you. Have a great night tonight. Bye-bye.